Yo, you know what it is. 237, no place like home. Catch me on the stoop. And yo, wait. Before we get started, yo, let's give a rest in peace shout out to Super DJ.
Yeah.
Super DJ.
Yeah.
Clark Kent. You hear that? Rest in peace, Clark Kent. Word is love. Thank you for your contribution to the culture. You hear that?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
But today,
we spun the block. You know what I'm saying? For all of those that don't know, and maybe you ain't watch our stories, you know what I'm saying? But if you haven't, please tune in, check us out. You know what I'm saying? We got into this thing doing us. But Mike and his partner, rest in peace, Big Don.
Rest in peace, Big Don.
They took an interest in us. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, things might have changed a little bit. But if it wasn't for them, you know what I'm saying? We probably wouldn't be where we at now. You know what I'm saying? So we want to sit down.
If it wasn't for the Bronx, no.
Yo, and on that note, shout out to the BX. Let's turn it up now. BX in the building since he took it there. Shout out to the BX. BX, what up? Huh?
BX, bum ass Yankees right now. But
I'm still repping though.
I ain't mad at you.
I will say that the jacket is hard, baby.
Yes. Well, yeah. Let him tell him who. Yeah. Tell him who you are.
This is Mike Rodriguez, co-CEO, co-founder of the Pivot Co., also co-founder of the Listener Network, and avid, diehard Yankee fan. I know this ain't a sports pod, but it is a sports pod.
Yeah, everything pod, baby.
So
listen.
We can get into some sports.
I'm tight.
I like your giddy up.
I like that.
I'm tight.
It's tough.
I'm tight. They blew those 2 games.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge, come on, baby. We need you to swing that bat, baby. We need you to do that, baby.
Something.
We looking for you, Aaron.
Yeah, the pressure is on.
Mild depression.
The pressure is on.
That was bad.
But well, anyway, because you know that takes you
we
somewhere
go.
Yeah, that shit take you somewhere else.
Thanks.
Their pressure go up, you know what I'm saying? They were like my cardiac Knicks watching them back in the days.
Yeah.
I was watching them the last 2 days like, come on, I need a hit.
We gotta.
Yeah, you, because you ain't a Yankee fan, so you know what I'm saying?
You said you was watching the Yankees. You said the Knicks.
No, I said back in the days, watching the cardiac Knicks. Had me like that.
Yeah, we got
these last 2 games.
Too. I definitely want y'all opinions on certain things.
Come on, let's kick it.
No, so how do you feel about Cat? How do you feel when he first heard?
Okay,
and now.
Okay, so when I first heard about Cat, before they even got him and they was talking about getting him, I ain't gonna lie, I was not a fan of the situation. But after they got him and start thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this really, to me, I think it's a better situation. 1, because I think the ball gonna move. 2, I think Cat can give you that pick and roll that I think Brunson would thrive in.
Yeah.
And 3, I just think that, you know what I'm saying, when it comes time to it, if you need him out there to be a big man and hit the shot, he's gonna open up the floor for all your guys, like your Bridges, your Harts. Unfortunately, DiVincenzo is gone. But you know what I'm saying? Because I know DiVincenzo, we all know he would have went to the hole with reckless abandon.
Yeah.
But but I like it. I think it was a good.
I was the same way. Because what I saw that they was building was the old Knicks, right? Yeah. With that. Like you said, that DiVincenzo, it don't matter, come through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care. And I wasn't a fan because I was like, yo, he's not a Knick. For what I have as a Knick. But then, again, same thing. Thought about it. I was like, stretch the floor. You know what I'm saying? There's different things they can do. So we're going to see.
Yo, when the player,
no, because that it just was 1 game, but that 1 game yesterday, he was looking like a New York man.
So
hitting with the hook shot.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. When
21 and 16, baby.
Holla.
Yeah.
A lot of players, you know, I look at them like that too, like you're not a Knick.
Yeah.
But then when you get to the Knicks, you become a Knick. You become a goddamn New Yorker. You're gonna have to get thick skin. Yeah. So you know that.
But he's a Knick now. Like whether I liked it or not, it's like, all right, you home now.
Yeah, you home.
So now we gonna rock.
Exactly.
Fans is gonna love him. Watch.
We got 2 sample sizes. We got 2 sample sizes of him playing. 1, the first game, the Knicks actually shot good.
Yeah.
It's just that Boston
shot great.
The 3-pointer at that. Between the 3-pointer and the Knicks probably missing some defensive assignments, That's really where, because the Knicks again, they were over 50% shooting.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. It's just that, like you said, Boston was shooting great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, Cat is home. He from the tri-state. He home.
Yeah.
So
I want Boston in the finals. That's what I want. I want
Boston.
I want to beat Boston to
Okay.
get to the.
Get
That's
to the
what I.
finals.
That's
Yeah.
what I want.
I'm
Eastern
with
Conference
that.
Finals.
I'm with
Yeah,
that.
because then it's
I want
dead.
them.
Because I don't want nobody saying anything.
Yeah.
Like when Knicks get there, I don't want to be like, but y'all played the Hawks that limped in.
Yeah.
Nah.
That little talk, though.
Well,
Fuck
they
that.
say you got to beat the best to
That's
be the
what I'm
best.
saying, and that's the type of vibe I'll be.
Then we
on, so.
handled Indiana too the other night.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
We smacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Halliburton
Had zero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what happened. You know, now Brunson ain't got a bum thumb like he
Mhm.
did in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It makes a difference. So
Yeah.
you know, OG was there.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we held.
Bridges was hitting that.
So you know,
Yeah.
and then you know, it's a lot of energy in New York.
Yeah.
The Liberty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Salutes to them. They just won the chip.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
We was talking about that too. Remember we was talking about where they was gonna have the parade. They did end up having it in
something in the Barclay.
yes.
They had something
Yeah.
at the Barclay.
But
But
what's
of course,
the name of that? What's the name of that area where they did it
Canyon
at?
of Heroes.
Canyon of
Well,
Heroes.
they
Yeah.
did have it.
Well,
there.
they had it there.
Oh,
They
fuck.
had it
What
at the Canyon
is
of
that?
Heroes.
In
That's
Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Battery
Yeah.
Park area.
About the
Yeah.
Barry? Oh, they call it.
Yeah, you know, over
I
there,
ain't
Wall
hear that
Street.
to the other day.
Over
I was
there,
like, oh,
where
that's
the
what
ball
you
at,
call it.
where the
Yeah,
ball at.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's fire.
So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. It's a lot of New York energy.
Shout out to all that money over there.
Hopefully, the Yankees can
Yeah.
come home and
And do what they supposed to do.
yeah.
They got
They
you.
can't win without stealing one over there. So they just the
Yeah.
first two shots was
Yeah,
zero.
exactly.
We need that.
Yeah,
We need
come
that.
home and do what you got to
Yeah,
do.
let's win the 3 here.
Who pitching tonight?
No, tonight it's on Monday.
Oh, Monday.
is gonna be,
Tonight is the travel day.
I want to say Schmidt.
Schmidt. Okay.
I think
Okay.
Schmidt is pitching. I'm not sure. I'm telling you, I was depressed. That first game, that was tough. Yo, I was like, and it's crazy because, like, as a true fan, like that really bothers you. It's not like game's over. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Can't sleep.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't be. And I was talking shit too.
So you didn't give them a pass on the first game because they was away.
Nah, they should have won that. Boone killed that game, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Hill,
What do you
regardless
call
of
it,
any
Nesta?
other aspect, Tim Hill should have came in.
Mm-hmm.
Nesta
Nesta.
was, making chopped cheese for the past
For
37 days.
Yeah.
And then you put him in that situation. I don't care
Yeah.
what a professional. That's why they have spring training.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's
That's
right.
literally like you
That's
had
right.
time off. Yeah, I'm a sorry.
Yep.
Nah, you can't do that. Your whatever your cutter, everything is not gonna have the bite. You put him in that situation.
Yeah.
And Tim Hill,
Yeah.
yo, my man called him a meth Randy Johnson. Hilarious. And I say he looked like a cigarette. But he does his thing. He's hard to hit. So
Yeah.
but whatever. Listen, I'm a person you can't really change. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We got to do. If we don't get Monday's game,
Chopped cheese, baby.
we don't get Monday's game. It's gonna be
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah.
You heard it here first. You chopped cheese without Monday.
Let's get these influencers. Let's talk these influencers out here.
Yeah. For all of those that don't know, huh?
You know what I mean?
Yo, Mike just wrote a book with Ash.
The Bible though. It say the Bible though.
Listen.
That's a hard word to use. The Bible in your books. What made you?
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you exactly. I'm gonna tell
Okay.
you as far as with the name aspect of it, and I forgot when I was telling you who I was. I forgot to say also an author. Sorry, getting accustomed to that. But the crazy thing is this how this book came about is that I know Ash for over 15 years.
Okay.
My mother plugged us, connected us years ago, and that's been my guy. And organically, we kind of are working together now. But prior to that, Ash was like, yo, Mike, because he does books.
Yes.
Ash has over, I think, 18, 19 books. He was like, yo, you got to do a book on the creator economy, bro. Like, because he knows me and he knows how I move and how I work. And I was like, yeah, I had somebody ask me to do a book on management, right? But I just didn't have the time to kind of, but this is what Ash does.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a conversation maybe about a month later because I kept thinking about it. I was like, yo, bro, what are you thinking as far as, because the process, because again, I don't know. I know I have things that I'd love to say. And he was like, we're having a conversation and he was like, yo, we should just end up doing this shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no book that talks about content and the finances. And that's what I'm big on teaching influences or giving info. 'Cause I don't like to say teach. I like to say give info because the younger generation don't want to learn anything. I give you info. You know what I'm saying?
So look, hold on, Kurt.
Notice your
White
white
joint's starting to get louder and louder. We outside though.
And it's turning down our block.
Good thing we sat down and said chill for 1 second.
Facts.
That's New York, baby.
Exactly. Say that. Y'all tell me.
No, what you call it? Yeah, we should be good now.
So we ended up doing the book together. Made sense. Clearly, he's my client now. I'm working with him, right?
Yeah.
And he basically had me with his assistant, and we were on like hours Zoom call, like hours upon hours. He was like, "Yo, I have questions, whatever." Because what it turned into was, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Donald Passman book, All You Need to Know About the Music Business.
No.
So that was a book that was considered the Bible, right? When you wanted to learn about the music industry, read this book, and that's how I learned. When I was like 20, 21 years old, somebody gave me that book. They were like, read this, so that you can learn at least about the industry. Clearly, it's not going to give you experience, but at least you're going to know. And that's kind of like, I was like, yo, I kind of want to do that with this. And then the content is me, Ash Cash. That's why it was Content to Cash Bible, because I was like, yo, that was called the Bible. He's like, yo, that's fire. And that's kind of how we came up with this name. And then it's really, there's books about content, like how to do this stuff. And there's financial literacy books, but there's nothing putting it together. And then I have like, my fingerprints is chapter 7. Because I really talk about making this a business. Because that's something that they don't talk about in any book. They tell you, yo, you should post this, that, and the third. I get that. You know, platforms, because that's what this is. It's literally like if you had somebody that, hey, you want to become a content creator or whatever, read this book. And that's kind of like what I wanted for this.
You're real fast, because I feel like right now out here, because of social media, everybody thinks they might be a content creator. But for the serious person out there creating content, right? What are 3 things that they might be missing or they need to know?
Well, the biggest thing, and that's why I did this book, is if you're gonna be serious about it, please take it like a business. Like that's the thing. I think of anything else, people don't understand that this is an actual legitimate business. Insert a laundromat, it's the same thing. You are a brand. You are a entity, right? So you got to figure that out, right? And understand that. That's number 1. Number 2 is definitely you have to figure out your niche. And a lot of people don't like the niche aspect of it, because you talk to people like, yeah, I can do everything. Yeah, I hear you. But that's why it's not building, because you're trying to do everything. I'm not saying you can't, but start somewhere. And you're going to have to this is going to be work. Imagine if y'all did this pod and you didn't like speaking to people or being here. You'd be like, damn, we got to go to the stoop again and talk to people? No, you did something that you guys enjoy. So now it doesn't become work. That old saying, you know, if you love what you do, it doesn't become work. And you have to understand that with this. And the last thing is that, again, it sounds corny and it's cliche, but you got to be consistent with everything. Because consistency, that's why I did a morning video the other day. The reason why people don't want
Good morning.
people don't want to be consistent or can't be, because that's work. Right? You hear consistency, you hear work, and it's like, you know, consistency and work, and I preach that everybody has, it's the same. You look in the dictionary, you have a definition, but your definition of work and your definition of work is different. Your definition of consistency and mine is different. But everybody's doing what they feel is what it is. And hey, I'm working, I'm doing. You may not be. You know what I mean? In order to get to where you want to, because this is all. There's nuances to this stuff. It's a world of numbers and data, and I get it. But there's people involved, and there's emotions involved. You know, marketing is not like, yes, it's numbers, but it's, hey, I can have numbers, but Ro doesn't relate to me. He has less numbers, says the same thing, but you relate with him, so that works for you. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't get that, and that's kind of like my push and like I'm trying to get people to understand all of that in this transactional world, that there's still people involved, and you know, there's a lot of different things that you got to do.
That's that Bible talk, baby.
How important are the numbers out there?
Happen when it's the Episcopal.
Numbers are very important, because I think the numbers is what gets you let's just call it the meeting, the initial relationship, right? But also you can buy numbers now, right? So that's the thing. You know, you have the whole fake it till you make it. You can do all of that, but there has to be something there, right? Like I always tell people, gotta understand this is a creator economy. The reason why that the word economy is there is because money is being generated, but it's being generated off of an art form, just like hip hop. I equate the creator to hip hop all the time, right? Because back then it was based off, came from the streets, right? And it was an art form, and we doing stuff. And then the first one that I can remember, Adidas, right? With Run DMC, like it was kind of like, okay, that was connected, and then businesses started to see, oh, there's some here.
Yeah.
A lot of the artists got taken advantage of because they didn't know, hey, I just want to be out there. Yeah, cool. I want to be famous, whatever. Today is being lit, clout, all that.
Mhm.
And the difference is with me is I tell people, I'm like, I saw what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're not going to do that here
Yeah.
because I see it. I can see the resemblance right here. And artists want to be artists, which I get. But there's so much money in this game. They say by 2030 it's going to be like $500 billion industry. The reason why that is it matters is because it's based off of somebody's art, the back of their art, whatever it is, and however you handle that is up to you. You can get $200 for it. He may be able to get 15 grand for it. I don't know, right? It depends, but you got to understand that's one thing, and like I said, I preach that too, and I hate being preachy, but it's just that I care about people and I care about the art form because I'm an artist at heart, right? I started as a dancer, and thank you for
No doubt, no doubt. That came together so organically by itself. Like you put it out there and coincidentally, boom. So,
but that's what I'm saying. That's how I start, and that's why I understand.
Yeah.
Artists, and I want to help you because I'm not I could throw a suit on, but I want the young black kid, Puerto Rican kid, sees that. Oh wow, like you could be an executive, be like that. You could be, artist. You know what I'm saying? Manager, representative, agency, whatever. Yeah, and I'm gonna talk your talk. Because I've done it. I've broken down marketing to drugs, to dudes in the projects. It's just, oh, wow, that's marketing. Yeah, B. But we don't have that. A lot of times we don't have that. And that's what I'm here for. And at the end of the day, that's your ABCs. Holla. You know what I'm saying?
Can't get no simpler than that.
Yeah,
That's the
ABCs,
right
huh?
there, baby.
Well, when it comes to content creators, first of all, who is like one of your first content creators that you kind of like said, okay, it was a managed, like, how sometimes it's just like, yo, come with me, and then you end up being like, yo, let's kind of like figure it out, because it's crazy, because this is like us, like we just like, yo, we always sat on the stoop, and there's 1,000 people that sat on the stoops and talked and chopped it up. All we did was sit down and say, yo, let's put it out there for the world to see it. So it kind of organically, so you might have had somebody that you was with, it was like, yo, come with me to this meeting, or you know what I'm saying, somebody like, yo, because it usually, it's your homie, like, yo, come with me, you know what I'm saying, like, who was your, like, some of your...
The first one is Chica.
No doubt.
So
No doubt.
that story, I don't even know if I ever told you that. I'll try to condense the story. So Chicle is my nephew through marriage, right? I met Chicle when he was 9 years old. And I was the cool uncle because I was into hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we would have conversations.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was dancing yet. When I met him, I was kind of, I was still dancing.
You gotta be dancing.
I wasn't scuba scrapping it, but I was still dancing. I was out here. But yeah, so, we would always talk. Like at my mother-in-law's, like she would be the one that had everybody, and me and him would be talking at the kitchen table all the time. Everybody be in the room, in the living room, and me and him be talking and playing music there, because his thing was music at first, because he got an ear.
Okay.
He got an ear, so
Is he a Drake fan?
He a big
100%.
He a big Drake fan.
100%.
Yo, shout out to Jake. Yo, he a big Drake fan too.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
But he, he started doing videos to put his friends on. Like, he wanted to shed light on their music.
Okay.
So he was like doing this, whatever. And then in January of 2017, he was like, yo, I'm going to take this seriously. And there was no manager. It was just, okay, cool. Like, because I look at him like a son. Right? But you have, he's 19 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So in July, he had a video that went with the Duce. You know what I'm saying? And he went up to the Duce podcast. Then when he came back, I didn't go with him to that. And then he was like, yo, in conversation, Rock Nation wants me to come back to go speak to Tidal. I don't know what they want. And I was like, all right, like, you want me to go with you? Because I was out of the game. I started a baseball team. Like, I was so out of the music and all, like, I was chilling. I was dad, right? Starting a baseball team. Went to the meeting. They wanted to give him a web series. We got downstairs and he was like, "Yo, I had no idea what the hell he was talking about." Like, and I was like, and it was nothing for me. It was just like it was very different. He walked into that room because I had a 3-year, and it was just very like I can't explain it. It was just different. And then we got busy. Like literally from July, I told him, I said, Uncle Mike, I'm gonna do Manager Mike. You're gonna see whatever. And again, I cared about him not making sure that he came through this industry because I knew what it was, right? And I don't want you to be fucked over. I don't want you to be screwed over. And I care about you as a man.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of like how that started, which in turn, then Millennium, like within them, there was always, and still now, 3 brands, right? You have Chicle, you have Millennium, then Chicle and Millennium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then through all that, kind of got to the point.
Your calling was gonna be management anyway, because you was into baseball. Like baseball, that's the same structure. You raising them kids and teaching them kids to being the best they can be. You just took your talents on another platform. That's all.
Yeah, no, I knew that, and I know that. Like, I'm a servant leader. I know that, right? I take care of people. That's just what I do. That's my nature. I'm like a natural host. And the business that I have from being around business for my whole life, it's kind of like, you're right. I feel like now, and even the conversation we were having off camera, as far as understanding, I just really within this past year understood my whole destiny of who I am, and I'm very comfortable in speaking that.
Okay.
Like I'm me, and I know what I'm here for, and I know what I do, and it's just coming to that culmination, right? So it's just like I enjoy what I do. I enjoy helping people, and I don't mind being a role model for kids, adults. Adults need role models.
Yes.
I have a lot of people come to me and be like, "Yo, I love the way you are with your wife." Like some dudes, they just can't be like that. And I'm saying to the mountaintops, "Yo, I love my wife, love kids." Like I'm active. I'm an active husband. Like you're gonna see that bio too, husband too. That's what it is. That's what it is.
No doubt. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, just kind of, you're right now. Like this is what I was supposed to do, and I understand my purpose. You know what I mean?
It's so funny when you evolve, because as we always talk about getting older, and I think that in our communities there's a misconception that the good die young. It's a blessing to get old,
Right?
You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing to be out here and actually see the fruits of your labor. So all that, doing all this stuff and then possibly going to jail.
Yeah.
Man, ain't nothing in jail for you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to see you out here thriving, striving for so much more. Man, please don't throw your future away behind going to prison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many other things that you fighting. We sat down and looked at Clark. He fought colon cancer. You know what I'm saying? We see so many of our hip hop guys that we came up with.
Yeah.
We're losing them. So when it comes to prison, you know what I'm saying, and some of that other stuff, let's try to stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? There's so many of our young guys, and you can make the music, but listen, man, just you know what I'm saying? Try to stay out of the prison system, man.
Yeah.
Try to stay out of the prison system. But
Got to get this Bible so you can get this money. That's
Yo,
They
gotta
gotta take
get
care
this
of themselves. Like that's the thing with hip hop, and this is what again, when you make money, you gotta know what to do with and when I say not what you purchase, like imagine, and when you talk about hip hop dudes, right? Nobody told them about no health insurance or life insurance.
Yeah.
And you're making bread.
Yeah.
And it's not a lot.
Or how to save bread. Just like
Just
Bro
put
said
that-
that before, like, no, we ain't know nothing about 401k and none of that, or how to stack money, where to put that, or even what that meant at the time.
Right.
Being so young, because it wasn't taught to us. So
Right, and that's the thing, and that's why it was very important as far as to link up with Ash. First of all, what Ash does,
what?
aside from what Ash does, like that's why it was like, we want to make Ash like remember Burt Padell
Yes.
of the influencer game. You know what I mean? Because that's the question when I meet a new influencer, whatever, I don't have to manage it, whatever. Once I meet them, like my initial conversation, once I see and then they're like, oh, they making bread. It's not about, oh, I can make bread. I'm like, yo, y'all got health insurance?
Yeah.
Y'all got life, because I look at it from a human aspect. That's the thing. That's the difference with me. Like, I don't look at it as, oh, I can make bread. Like, if that happens it does. It happens. My initial is a human element. Yo, you good? Right? And then the thing is that also I understand people and I understand society. So if Ro is a 16-year-old that's making $1 million a year, and I ask, you got health insurance? And he may say, oh, damn, you know what? I do need that. Or whatever. All right, I got somebody. I'm going to connect you. And after 3 times, I'm good. Like, if you don't do it, because then it becomes like you think that I get a cut. And I never want that. Look, y'all talk. I don't get anything. What I get is helping you. And it's hard to find people to understand that.
Yo, Mike, man, I want to ask you, man, what's some of the mistakes that people's out here making? These content creators, you know what I mean? That could be, and I feel like a lot of them making simple mistakes. What are some of the mistakes they out there making that's easy that you see a lot?
I'm gonna go back to it.
It's all good.
They don't take it as a business.
Okay.
They think that this shit is just a game, and it could be. If you want it to be a hobby and see what happens, knock yourself out.
Could be missing on opportunity though that way.
It's the people that want the opportunities but don't work it because they see everybody else. Oh, I wanna. Especially like as far as with me, with the clients that I got. Yo, how can I put in the work? And this is what I say: the phone with this game, the hardest part of it is it's a low cost of entry. 9 times out of 10, and I want to say 9.5 times out of 10, you probably are not paying to get into this industry. Meaning, your parents probably bought you the phone. You shoot, you're on your way. So they think, and then it could just go. And imagine you shoot something that goes viral the first time. Imagine that. That's the worst thing that can happen because then it's like, yo, you have no clue. Okay, you got it. But what are you doing with that? How is this a business now? Like, I hear it's a business, but what do I do? And now somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that they don't get. And again, going back to the hip hop aspect of it, yo, I just want to spit. I'm nice. Cool. Somebody taking advantage of you, right? But now it's understanding this whole creator economy. Like, I was just doing a pod the other day, and I was saying, you know how we say as far as with the pods, you'll put this whatever, and but they're not paying me. I said, but is anybody paying you right now? I said, you could remove that and put something there, but people got to be able to see. You got to show people something first. People are so like they just get into the game, and because people around them are getting money and they know there's money. Yo, I ain't promoting nobody unless you give me bread. Who the fuck is you? Sorry. Let's keep it a stack. Like, who are you? I always say, build the brand first, then the business. Because you got to have something like that. People, again, the only reason why people want to give you money is because they can make money. If you can't make that money, nobody gives a shit. And as soon as you understand that, you good. Everybody's always thinking about their side of the table. I say, yo, think about that side. Remove yourself. Yo, if we only had 100,000 or whatever, would you give yourself $100,000? Think about it. If you had 100,000, would you give that person if they just came and said that they want it? You'd be like, well, how am I getting my bread back? But people don't think like that because they're so in their own circle.
Yo, one thing I'll say that when you guys took an interest in us, one thing y'all did was y'all lit a fire under us as far as us being more consistent. Like, yo, somebody paying attention. We want more people to pay attention. That definitely lit a fire under us to like, yo, keep going and to do more. And to have work ready. And a big question we always got was like, yo, what y'all gonna do when it get cold? What y'all gonna do when it winter?
Shout out Chastity, man.
Shout out Chastity.
Shout out Chastity.
Okay. Chas is where it don't get cold no more. Chas said, I got that answer.
That was one of our biggest questions. What y'all gonna do when it get cold? And shout out to Kia and Pro. Because they was one of the first people who told us, yo, record as much as you possibly can. So, that started our 2-a-days and, getting up in the weekday if we can and just having work ready to get us through those cold months when we might not be able to record. So that what I'm trying to say is y'all showing y'all interest made us be more consistent, made us get out, made us tighten up a little bit.
And what's dope about y'all is, again, the brand is always bigger than the individual. So, like, when Ash was here, I know it was Yatu, but that's fine because it's 237. It don't matter. Maybe Kurt is here, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't matter, yo. It really shouldn't because as long as you pushing that out, it's 237. 237.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But that's what's dope with y'all. You know what I mean?
Now, who are some of the individual Now, first, no. Let me ask you that. Who are some of your creators that are under your umbrella?
Yeah. Shout the peoples out, right? Shout out the crew one time.
Because you know.
So I got I got management, and then I got representation.
Okay.
I got a lot of representation. Right?
Because there's some representation over here. I just,
So through all of that, you got Chicle, you got Millennium, you got Ken Stars, you got Commodore, you got the Trench family. They're big.
Yes,
they're huge
yes,
on YouTube.
they are.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
You have Tamara. She's down in Houston. You got Graph. I represent Graph too.
Oh, shout out to Grab World.
Drewski. Like these are a lot of these are like non-exclusive situations because I'm big on that. I'm big on let people get their money, right? It also manages the expectations because I don't want to be. Oh, wait, what was that? You know what I mean? And my contracts now are 30 days. You want to be here, you're here. You're not, you're not. I'm not trying to hold you here. You know, I have a couple that are exclusive management, and the rest are, hey, if I got something, when I call you, there's something there, right? And we'll have the relationship. Yo, you ever think about this one? This would be dope. Okay, and I'll reach out and I'll do all of that. But a lot of times companies come, and then I can just send, and I have relationships with a bunch of managers and a bunch of agencies. So it's like I like to be able to people rock with me on how I move and how I do business. So a lot of brands and a lot of agencies be like, yo, Mike, who you got? And I'll send my initial roster. Hey, do you have anybody else? And then that's when I start to reach out or whatever, because again, I know this game. I know this game.
Well, with that being said, I got it. So we got the content creating aspect of it. Like, so we fall under the podcasting umbrella.
Right.
But I would love to know what is the difference between the podcaster and the content creator. Because I think that, you know what I'm saying, yeah, you create content, but you're not a content creator.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference.
Or influencer or...
So, all that
I know what you're saying. Yeah, all of that. Yeah, break it down. Yeah.
I think it's all under one.
Okay.
You're creating content. You're a content creator. Y'all all content creators, right? But then you have let's call it the influencer, right? This is what they do, right? You have influencers that have pods. They all create content. But the thing is that like when I was telling you about, let's just say your sneaker aspect of it. Let's just say that you did that besides being on the pod. Yo, Rose sneaker today, whatever. You're doing that off of this. Now you're building your own. You're an influencer, right? Now, yo, come check my pod 237. Like that brings eyeballs to Kirk could do it, Ron could do it. You know what I'm saying? Rodney could do it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can do it. And it becomes like you're focused on the pod, which is fine. It's content. It's part of the creator economy. But then, like I said, if you're not shooting this, are you shooting content? No, right? But if you do, yo, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
You start to build that up because there's a separation there. But it's all content. It's just a matter of, like, that's why, like, even in the beginning, with us, there was such the mix-up, right? As far as you manage the pod. That's why I thank God, as far as with John, it was like, John is literally, and for me, in my brain, I got to compartmentalize stuff. It was like, okay, John is managing the pods. So the pods are literally creators. Right? If there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He said John, just for all y'all that don't know, John Rios, you know what I'm saying? Check him out at the Listeners Network, you know what I'm saying? Check them out, check the network out. There are so many different pods under the umbrella.
Even his own, connected with John Rios.
Yeah, even his own joint.
So you know what I'm saying?
Shout out John Rios.
Yeah, shout out John, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
No. Exactly. Yo, this is what I say. Like, it was funny. He and I were on a pod together, and I was like, it was like complimenting ping pong too.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, without John, there ain't no pod. He's like, yo, without Mike, I'm not even in this.
No
space.
doubt.
You know what I mean? But you need that because, in all honesty, like when I say that, there would be no network without him because I wouldn't have been able to. Because I'm very busy with all of this stuff like that's happening. Like when I really lean in. And then I got some other stuff that I got to tell y'all about too.
Oh yeah,
studio in Brooklyn. I'll tell y'all off camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's no I in team, man.
I'm like I told you, I gentrified Williamsburg.
It's so. I mean, to a year ago, a little over a year ago.
Mm.
Let's say that. A little over a year ago. We all sat on this.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You might have been in some shorts. Definitely not in no varsity. You know what I'm saying? You was in some shorts. You might have been sitting up there. And you know what I'm saying? To have it come back full circle and we still sitting down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Building together.
Of course.
Possibly, you know what I'm saying? Very, 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 very soon. Breaking a lot of bread together.
Yeah.
Not little bread. A lot of bread together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, we gonna break up some bread.
That's what I
baby.
said. A lot of bread.
Listen,
Not little
I wanna
bread.
be out
We
here
wanna
like
be-
I wanna be out here like Chicken Millennium, huh? Baby, out here doing a couple of things, huh?
Kirk don't
Straight
want the
cash.
croutons. He want the loaf. You know?
Yeah, straight like that, and I
Yeah.
want it for us
He don't
all.
want you doing no more. Yo.
Nah.
Here go a hamburger. He want a whole filet
Nah,
mignon.
I want that, and I want it for us all.
Look,
I want
yeah.
it for us
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
I want us all to eat right because we put the time into this.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah, and we putting the work in, so it's gonna come. Well, it's gonna come.
Yeah, and as long as y'all keep doing that, like that's the thing too. Is I think with y'all too is y'all gotta come a little bit out of your comfort zone, just a little bit out of your comfort zone, and I think it go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm like that too. Like I had another client that was like that, where you're like, yo, I put time in, and it's just like my man had told me years ago. He was like, yo, Mike, you gotta understand what you asking God for. You're not asking for some, hey, I just want to get a job.
Yeah.
You asking for some monumental shit, so you got to give him time to do what he do. And me, bro, I wish this was happening for me at 25 years old, but it's not. It happened at 50, right? Like, because again, and I still got more to go, but like, for me, I feel like this is, I always tell people, I'm hoping this is the halftime show at 50.
Yeah.
And my halftime show, I want Kendrick to bring out Drake and Wayne. So that's what I'm trying to have my halftime show be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's knowing, for me, it's a new part of the pun. It's a new chapter for me.
Yes.
And I get it. And I'm so in tune. And it's just like, yo, bro, mindset, like everything is there. And I'm just ready to just do everything. There's goal. I have so much. This book has definitely put me, and not to anybody, I'm talking about to me, put me in a different place, and it gets where I want to go as far as to be able to find the next version of myself, the 25-year-old version, where I could teach them, like, and that's what I tell like young kids. I'm like, I'm just you in the future, right? Because I respect y'all. My 14-year-old, I tell him, I was 14, but not 14 today. You're dealing with a whole bunch of different issues than I did when I was 14. And I respect that. So you can teach me and I can help you, and I want to guide and help. That's it. That's why I went back to earlier. I was like, yo, I don't want to teach because I know kids don't want to learn anything. You tell me nothing. I know what I'm talking about. No, I'm going to give you information. And that becomes a different, you just start talking. Because, again, like I tell people, like when you teach people, the kids, it's this. You're not doing this, but this is what it is. Yo, let me teach you something, youngin'. Let me, and because there's no respect. Back in the day, there was respect. Now, yo, let me teach you something. This old ass trying to teach me. You don't even know. You got a phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're probably not even on Twitch or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's so different. You know what I mean? But, we out here, B.
I see you on your world tour, and I'm happy you stopped here. I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm happy that big old bus like this stopped over here, baby.
Books here and there. I'm glad you pulled up on us.
But I had to.
Yes,
y'all
definitely.
was booked and busy.
No doubt.
Y'all would have been probably the first. Bro was like, yo, I got October 27th, 2026, if you could.
Yo, to be honest with you, he was like, yo, you tell me what works for you. If he wanted it sooner, certain people get sooner.
Yeah.
He just was like, he was just like, yo, what you know what I'm saying, what you got.
Because I respect.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's my whole thing, is that I've been around, like I've done a lot of different things with different creators, and they have their thing and they're successful, right? I'm new as an author. I can't come to anybody, even the relationship, bro. The pod I was on yesterday, I don't know him from a whole one. I was like, yo, bro, I would love to be on your pod if I appreciate your consideration. And he was just like, yo, I can't believe, like, yo, bro, you manage exactly. But this is, I'm respecting that I'm Master P. I'm the Trump.
Yeah. He was happy to have you.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna sit there, and I don't leverage that. Like, right? Like my relationships, my clients are my clients. I don't leverage their status for me.
Yeah.
Yo, well, you know, I got such and such, or yo, put me on because I'm gonna have. Then I could probably
yeah.
Yo, if you don't want me
yeah.
on the pod, that's cool. I respect it because again, I understand. Shit, I'm in the
And
game.
then they might look for that too.
But who
they
wouldn't
might
want
be
you?
looking
Who
for that.
wouldn't want you on the pod, baby? Who wouldn't want you?
Bro, but I understand.
That's right. Because for not nobody else, listen, man, you doing this shit now for the love, and we appreciate
Oh, that's fire.
everything that you do. Because
That's
this is
fire.
for the love. You do it for the love.
Nah, 100.
You're going to continue to keep doing it. And don't get me wrong, yes, you know what I'm saying? There is some gains to come out of it, but most of it is for, yo, look, listen, let me give you a little bit of advice.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit of advice, and then, hold on, we ain't finished. We ain't.
Yo, wait, cuzzo. Before you give him the second one, let me tell these niggas out here, these haters, before they be like, yo, I came to the show, well, I might get 2 shirts and blah, 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 blah. Yo,
Mike been at the show twice. Mike been at the show twice.
but
Let's say
it
that.
was not because we missed the situation, we missed the party, so we had to show him extra love today. You know what I mean?
He been at the show twice, and why you goddamn different? Fuck them niggas.
So you know,
all
he
them people that
two
got a little
joints.
extra, they got
2
something to
joints
say.
today, and he got something for the wife too, baby.
Oh yeah, yes, he do got. We ain't even show that for the
So
wife.
he got the what's better than you joint today.
Now,
You
with
know
the
what I
button?
mean? Based off the
with the
based
button,
off the
with the
conversation we had.
I used to call them accessories. You know what I'm saying? With the
Based
accessories.
off the conversation we had today, that was better than you came in at a what's time. So when the answer is nothing, but it means everything, baby.
Yeah, nah, that's
Word.
fire.
I'm mad he ain't got no toothpicks. For all y'all that don't know, Mike,
He's the toothpick
that's
maestro.
right, that's right.
Facts.
And for all y'all that don't know, it's not Mike, it's Myq.
Yeah.
Just for all y'all that don't know.
No, not for the people that don't know, for the people that's looking for him.
If you don't
That's
know,
true,
you
that's
playing
true.
yourself.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to reach out and get that
Listen,
book.
I wanna make sure that you know, because people spell it wrong.
That's
No,
why you need to
100%.
get
People
You're
call
right.
me Q because they think it's my Q.
Okay.
And I'm like, nah, but that's the thing is that was, I have a regular name.
Yeah.
That is the most, I always say, I'm the Puerto Rican Smith. Mike Rodriguez is like, okay, that's bland as possible, right? So I saw The Last Comic Standing. It was a show on NBC, and there was a comedian, and his name was Mike Kaplan, and he spelled it MYQ. I was like, nah, I'm jacking that. And I like that because now when I meet people, Mike, and you have 1,000 in your phone, you have Mike.
That's right.
MYQ. Most likely, I'm the only one.
That's the only one.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt.
Yeah.
You're the only one I met. And
Yeah.
I've been here 40-something years.
yeah.
Shout out
Some whole
Sophia
year.
and Grace.
You know what I'm saying? Yo.
Shout out to Sophia and Grace.
Shout out Sophia and Grace. They always show us love. You know what it is.
We're about to grace Mike with one of these
Holla,
cookies right here, baby.
yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
They always take care of
There's
us.
all kind of cookies in here.
God damn.
Yo, Storm, they killing my diet over here.
Storm. You know.
Yo.
I'm gonna give me a chocolate. I'm gonna give me a chocolate chip.
Pass on the red velvets.
Yo, the red velvet is nuts.
That butter. What's that
Lemon
joint
butter,
out there?
baby.
Lemon
Lemon
butter.
butter.
Yeah,
Puerto Rican Rican?
the lemon butter, something in there, man. I'll catch it later. Cause no.
Oh, look.
I'm gonna catch this one right here. Oh, this look like ginger or something.
Might be snickerdoodle or something.
Something, right?
You know what I mean?
Man.
Yo, Sophia and Grace, good looking, baby.
Word.
Yo, and on that note, y'all know what it is. As always, so catch us on the stoop. 237, no place like home. It's love, baby. Pick up that book. Pick it up. You want to be successful?
Hold on, Mike. Tell them where they can buy this book.
Tell them all the info one time, Mike.
Yo, anywhere you buy books, but everybody's on Amazon, go on Amazon. You can find it there. Trust me.
Word.
Come get this Bible.
Thanks.
Amen.